it's more and more difficult these days because of what's going on in the church and the world. And there are two things. So, not only do we ask, why haven't the popes done the consecration, but in the meantime we're asking, what is going on in the church and the world? I mean, how can this be? How do I know it when this archbishop or cardinal doesn't seem to know anything about what is true or is doing these awful things, these priests doing these terrible things? What is happening in the church? We have hierarchy with no spine whatsoever, for example. Couldn't they bring themselves to publicly excommunicate pro-abortion politicians, for example? This is a failure of their duty, and we're going, how can this be? I want to remind you of two things that may not comfort you, but knowing the truth about something is a comfort in a way in itself. First of all, for all of you Catholics who are here, and the non-Catholics looking from the outside in, going, yeah, your church is pretty messed up, I don't know anything about it. But first, we are being punished. This is a chastisement. Whatever about, like, John Paul II carrying on about, it's the second Pentecost and the great springtime in the church. Our churches, our parishes are falling to pieces. The priests and bishops are running amok. We're losing the faithful by the millions. And he thinks this is the second Pentecost? Well, I hate to think what the first one must have been like then, It is not the second Pentecost, and we are not in a springtime of the church. We are falling to pieces, and every one of us knows that. Okay? So why? First of all, we are being punished by God for various reasons known only to him. Some are known to us for our deviation from the truth, from our losing our, the hierarchy and everybody from the Pope down to the deacons losing the faith or not knowing the faith. Leading people astray, leading them into sin, giving them scorpions when they were asking for food. We're being punished for that. So don't be surprised. If you did something bad and your mom used to punish your dad or whatever, and then you knew at least what it was for. Okay? So that should help. We're being punished. Second of all, the major instrument of this punishment is the heresy of modernism. God has allowed, by his providence, so we accept it and we bless him for it, but it is hard for us. But we are being punished, and by the ultimate justice, so it is deserved. God has allowed in his providence to set us straight that almost the entire church be engulfed and overrun by the heresy of modernism. We are in the middle of that. You talk to your average priest, your average bishop. They are modernists, some of them more willingly than others, but everybody has been exposed to modernism and allowed to succumb to it to one extent or another.